My grandson. My grandson.
Your grandson. Okay.
My grandson crushes pussy all the time.
Hey, is that
he just fucks and fucks all the time. He doesn't even wrap it up.
Has he crushed yours? Huh? Has he? You're listening to the Double D's podcast.
I'm Don.
I'm d.respect.
He's got a great set of tits.
I get so angry thinking about this kid.
Because that's what most people are bitching about.
I'm from New York. You know what I mean? We like to eat out here. You know?
You gotta stop looking at interacting with people online as a cheap date. My father used to drink.
Get the fuck away from me! I'm done.
I come a lot, by the way.
You're good with the rap stuff.
If you didn't say it, somebody in the comment section would have said it.
It's like how you feel when you're having a paranoid high.
That's a dynamic connection right there.
Hey, what's that song on your iPod?
Well, first of all, I don't have an iPod. I own a Zune. Let's get that right. I am a
Zune. What is this? 2003.
I have my Zune in my pocket, right next to my flip phone. So I have a Zune, and
what's that song? It says most played. It says
most
top favorite.
It's all right.
What is that?
All right. I've given Dom shit on this podcast about doing squats to see his chandeliers.
This is unfounded, by the way.
And I've been jonesing to that song, man. I've been doing squats while listening to it, but I've been jonesing.
That's a good shower song, though.
A good shower song, really?
Yeah, dude.
I can't see. I think a good shower song is any I Love Makonnen record.
Oh man, ever since
tonight you've been cheating on me, Brianna. Tonight
you've been fighting on these broads. Too much.
Yeah, that's.
I was talking about it. Dude, and you played it for me. I was sitting there snoozing on your couch, and you're like, "Hey, listen to this, man. Listen to this." I'm like, "Man, let me sleep, son."
That was my actual voice, by the way.
Hey, listen to you just poking me. Hey, listen to this, man. And you played it as if I was supposed to hate it, or like I was going to hate it, but I was like, "Man, this is catchy."
Hey, dude. Hey, you know what I'll tell you? When we went to the intimate evening with Anthony Fantano, I forgot the gentleman that we met backstage. Complex dude. Scott. Okay. I spoke to Scott right before the show, and I was telling him about I Love Makonnen, and he was like, "Yeah, that guy." And I was like, "Dude, I don't want to like this guy." And he was like, "Yeah, I totally understand what you mean." And I was like, "I don't want to, but it's kind of catchy." I don't think I like him. It is what it is. It's just shower music. You know what I think too? I think it's if you can do it, I think there's something to be said about the fact that if I can reenact the song, that makes me like it just a little bit because I can actually perform the song just as good as he can.
Got your girl, motherfucker. How's it go?
Got your girl in the club. She choose that club going up. So by the way, and we're not going to spend too much time talking about I Love Makonnen because I can't. Okay, he got punched in the face recently. Hold on, I'll let Dom see the video here. Should I put this in the description below? You think our listeners want to see him get punched?
Yes.
Okay, so
I am not a fan of your music, sir. Is that what he said?
That's exactly.
I do not enjoy your songs.
He just took off a glove and challenged him to a duel. And slapped him in the face. Okay, so I Love Makonnen was performing in New York City because this type of hating shit only goes on in New York City. So he's performing his Tuesday record. There you go, Dom. Oh shit, I sent that to someone else. There you go, Dom. Okay, so he's performing Tuesday at SOB's, which is a pretty known venue. So
Why are there 15 dudes on the stage yelling?
Because it's a rap concert. It's a pretty known venue, so I know security should be up to snuff in that place. It's not some hole-in-the-wall establishment.
Whoa, it came out of nowhere.
So he's performing, and this is a very low stage. So a guy with a hoodie comes up to Makonnen.
He just tapped him on his dick and tried to get dapped. he just rubbed his balls and said, "Hey, yo, dap me up, nigga."
He puts his arm out like, "Hey, dap me up," and Makonnen thought it was all love. He puts his arm out, and the guy pulls him down and snuffs him, what would you say, like 2-3 times? Punches him? Not very good shots.
Yeah, it's really terrible.
Yeah. So he punches him, and then some guy throws liquor at him, and then nothing really happens because it's an I Love Makonnen show. But I just wanted to point out that he got punched in his face. He might have deserved it. Are you still watching a performance?
Yeah, I'm watching it. This is terrible. Everyone keeps on. Everyone's turning up still, though.
Of course. Well, see, that's the very nature of going to I Love Makonnen show is that you yourself, you're a bit of a dork. You're a little emo. So chances are, if he gets punched in the face, you're just going to stand there and watch. And if the show keeps going, most likely you're going to keep watching it, as opposed to going to a fucking show by, I don't know, MC AK-47.
MC Ride?
Why must MC Ride's name always come up on this fucking podcast? Why?
Club going up Tuesday afternoon. Kill myself. Blowing up Tuesday afternoon.
Excellent.
So is there a thank you. Is there a sort of a how do I put this? Is there a ratio from like amount of dudes on the stage to how good you are as a rapper?
That's a very good question.
Because I mean,
that's a very good question.
Because you know, shitty rappers, they always have like 50 dudes on stage. Like everyone's just was that a dead seal? Everyone's like parroting.
Ride.
everyone's saying everyone's just mimicking them. You know, jumping around, hyping them up. I guess, damn, Odd Future. They always have 20 dudes on stage.
Well,
so.
I mean, I guess the question that you're asking is if it's a person who's a one-man show, the ratio of how many people they have on stage, that really determines how bad they are. I mean, if it's a crew, then chances are it's going to be 9 people. I mean, Odd fucking Future, how many fucking people is it? You know?
It's a lot.
It's a lot
then
of
again,
people.
Wu-Tang had a lot of dudes up there. They would have a lot of guys on stage.
Yeah, they did, but there's a lot of worthless people like Taco walking around who don't even fucking rap. It's fucking pathetic. But I would say, you know what? Look, I'll tell you this, man. I've always seen Nas perform. I've seen Nas perform several times, and every time I've seen Nas perform, he's terrible. Nas is terrible. I think he's a bad performer.
Isn't he your favorite rapper?
Nas is up there, yeah. He's my favorite, and I've earned the right. I'm pointing at you little shits out there who are gonna give me shit in the comments section. I've earned the right to criticize Nas. I put money in the man's pocket. I bought in his albums. I've gone to his fucking shows. I've sang his praises on blogs. I've earned the right to criticize Nas.
Did you watch the video of Khalees making jerk sauce on the Munchies channel?
No, I did not.
I watched it. Anyway, continue.
Nas normally performs by himself, but every time he's always yelling. He's always fucking yelling, and it's ridiculous because he'll be performing a song like all I need is one mic. He's just, it's uncalled for.
He doesn't just rap it?
Don't get me wrong, he raps certain records. He raps records, but he always gets to the point where he just starts yelling for whatever reason. Whatever reason. Yeah, it's really odd.
Is he rapping is he yelling the bars like like that?
It's when he's wrapping up the bars. It's when he's wrapping up the bars he has a tendency to yell.
Why doesn't he just chill out and just?
Because you would think that's how Nas would perform.
Yeah,
but that's not the case at all.
Maybe it's just fury from that divorce.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. He's mad at Khalees.
Dude, how much did she get? Like 22? Was it like in the 20,000s? How much money would you, if you had a child, Dom?
Yeah.
How much money?
Wait. How hot is the woman that I had? As a child?
Okay. She is. She's a cross between Zoe Saldana.
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay. Zoe Saldana and Dr. Ruth.
Who is that?
Google her. Hot fucking bitch. Back in the 1800s. You've been had, sir. But anyway,
you ever seen old pictures of Martha Stewart?
No, I haven't, but I bet you she's pretty attractive because I don't think.
Yeah, she was a model, but she's fucking hot, man. Anyway, okay, so go on.
How much? Let's be generous on what you think your overhead would be on a monthly basis if you had a child.
I mean, I think child support. They basically say you're gonna spend like $700-800 on them, right? On a kid?
$700-800 a month.
Yeah, isn't that how much you got to spend?
I mean, I would think. See, if I had a child, I think that would be just fine. I think that's more than enough money than I would need for a child a month.
All right, well, so you're asking me how much money am I gonna need to take care of this little mistake, right?
A month.
All right, I'm gonna be generous, including. I mean, I have health insurance, so incidentals, food. Yeah, let's say 700 a month.
Why would Khalees or any of these other celebrities who, they settle and they get these large sums of cash every month, why do they need $50K? I don't get that.
Quality of living, my friend. That's the court. The court has determined that you need to. It's standard. It's standard of living. If you lived under the roof of a man's house who made millions, they're saying that you are entitled to living that same way.
So this has nothing to do with the welfare of the child. It has nothing to do with, okay, that goes for Junior's fucking car seats and all this stuff. This is just predicated on his entire net worth and what they feel in his bracket would go for a child's welfare.
Yes, I think so.
Even though it'll come nowhere near that in reality.
Right. Absolutely. And it's going straight to the mother's pocket. She's going to go buy her stupid ass $1,000 shampoo or whatever the fuck rich people spend their money on. That's all it's going to. Like all these women who like gold diggers who get money from like sports guys. You think that money also going to all those kids? Get the fuck out of here, man.
It's terrible. This is.
Granted, those kids probably have like way better like care and like bed sheets than we did, but like
bed sheets.
Because that's what's most important.
That counts.
It's the lifestyle.
By the way, I've seen pictures of Martha Stewart, and yes, she's pretty fucking hot.
He meant right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But I it bugs me and it baffles me whenever I think about this shit. Just how alimony works in general. How it seems like if you're a dude, you're pretty much fucked. Mm-hmm. In those situations, if you didn't sign a prenup or whatever.
But hey, look, if you work at Safeway and you guys have a settlement.
It's like she took me for everything I was worth, man. All right,
$70 out of my check every week, my nigga. Every week, my nigga.
That would be hard. And you're sitting there looking at him like, well.
Right. Dog, they killing me. Yo, dog, you heard what happened? So we had a settlement, right? Now I'm saying for my divorce, and now it turns out I gotta give baby moms $40 out of my check every week.
Carlos, can you please finish slicing the cold cuts before you continue on your rant? Finish slicing those cold cuts like I asked you to. Then we can talk about your alimony, okay? All right, you're doing a good job. You want that 20-cent raise or not? Huh?
Yeah, I want it.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I need it.
Do you want to move up in this corporation?
He wants to cut the cold cuts today, and he wants to chop up the salad tomorrow because he wants to move up in the company. Oh, by the way, what food are we producing here in the kitchen where it's cold cuts and lettuce? I don't know.
It's just a deli, man. It's just your average deli.
No.
Yeah, that's what they do in delis, man.
You know what? When you said cold cuts, you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking of Vienna sausages.
You're supposed to know what a cold cut is.
Nah, not really.
Do you say hoagie or sub or what?
No, I don't say hoagie.
I don't know.
No,
you're from that weird ass place.
We just say, a hero, man.
You don't say sub?
A hero because I told you, because in New York City, when we eat carbs, we save lives. You know? That's what we do out here.
Get the fuck out of here with that. So, d.respect prenup? Do you believe in those?
Do I believe in prenups? I haven't given the thought of marriage much thought, so it's needless to say that I haven't given the idea of prenuptial agreement a lot of thought. But I will say that why marry a person, I think.
There's health insurance reasons. That's honestly the only the only reason I see health insurance and logical, by the way, okay? Because the emotional stuff and the social is like, that's all the shit that the woman is craving. Mm-hmm. I think, usually. Like, having a big party, showing off to her friends, being able to wear that stupid-ass ring and tell everyone that she's, with somebody now. That's like, that's social. The logical stuff is like, you get health insurance, and also they get access to your will more easily. Like, if you die, they can say, oh, this person gets to have my shit. Which I think that's a big, that's kind of like a big gay marriage thing too. It's like, if you get a gay couple that's been together for like, however, like a really long time, and they didn't get married, like one of them could die and like technically have them in their will or something, and then their family could just take all this shit anyway. Mm-hmm. It's like, they
because a family has every right to be upset because they contracted AIDS from the partner.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Continue.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah,
but yeah, because you hate.
I'm so fucking homophobic. It was.
You are. But yeah, in a situation like that, the family just comes in. Yeah, well, we didn't approve of it anyway.
I mean, I guess in that case, it makes sense. What are your thoughts on a prenup? I mean, if you marry a young lady 10, 15 years from now, if anyone was foolish enough to marry
do that shit.
The incomparable Dominic Robron, you would make her do it.
Yeah, probably.
So this would mean you don't get all my drawings if we divorce. You don't get my doodles. All right? You don't get my doodles.
All my sketchbooks. Stay with me. Yeah, man. You don't want to get taken for half, right? And she doesn't want to. What if she makes more money than me? She better protect her ass. Because you know what's going to happen? If we get divorced and she makes more money than me, I would love to just take all that money, dog.
That'd be great.
You shitting me? I understand. Dude. I get it. Sure, you seem like it. Sure, you're a piece of shit for taking a bunch of your spouse's money, especially since you didn't work for it. Mm-hmm. But I get it. You're getting one over, right? I guess
you are. But I mean, hey, Justin. I mean, is it accepted though? The court systems, to my knowledge, have traditionally always sided with females for whatever reason. I mean, when it comes to settlements. I mean, sort of in the same way that I guess if you were working at a police department and some guy phoned in and said that his wife is beating the shit out of him, I mean, it is your job to take that call with the most utmost, professionalism. But there is a part of you that's like, you're such a fucking bitch. You mean to tell me?
Yeah, they would just laugh at you.
You're calling us because your wife is beating the shit out of you. So I mean, so how
funny.
How does the court system react to a guy who was probably a kept man throughout a marriage, and though he has all the right in the world to, to
he's getting his shit.
It probably happens a lot more often than we're aware.
You know what? I'm willing to bet that too. Like, because I'm thinking maybe it's like the court. Maybe just in divorces, maybe it just favors the person who also. Like, whoever makes the less just comes out on top?
I guess that would be how it works out. Normally, it's the woman. See, this is the equality that women are searching for because they make, I don't know how many dollars less. I heard some figure on a commercial the other day. The average woman makes $5 less than him.
Do the women at your job make much less than you?
Or remember, this is a retail. This is retail. So retail.
Does that not factor into the conversation?
No. Retail normally it's not predicated on your experience or anything like that. It's just if you're a manager, if you're this, if you're that, if you're a regular associate, you just get the same hourly pay that everybody else gets. This would apply to your job because your job is more of a salary based job, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, and I will say In my field, in my job specifically, that is not the case at all. It is more than, I almost said more than equal. That doesn't mean anything. There's no disparity. That's not an issue at all.
Yeah, that's because you're living in one of the most liberal fucking places on fucking Earth, and
that's why.
Maybe it could be there could be a chance.
How shitty would it be if we were just transported to Montana all of a sudden? If we just went to Gary, Indiana? How shitty, like.
Isn't Michael Jackson from Gary, Indiana?
He is. You know who else is from
out of
there?
all places?
Your boy Freddie Gibbs. I've been listening to a lot of Freddie Gibbs recently.
Ah, you have been. Okay. Why is he my boy?
Because you listen to more hip hop than me. You know everything.
Every rapper has to be my boy.
Your boy, Young Thug. This new kid, Young Thug. Your boy.
I don't like the fact that I'm responsible for every shitty person that comes out here. That's not right, by the way.
Got your girl.
You told me recently that you went to see Joe Rogan, sir.
I did. I went last week with my brother. But what we did before was we held hands. No, what we did was like we went to this place called Hill Country Barbecue in D.C. And this place, you go in there, all right. Place is fucking packed. It's a Saturday night. You go in, you get a meal ticket. They're making barbecue in a pit, and they have brisket, they have pork ribs, they have chicken, they have turkey, they have sausages. It's a little pricey. It's probably 20% pricier than what I want to pay. But we were like, I don't give a fuck. We're here to see a comedy show. We're gonna eat a bunch. We got so much fucking food, man, and we were getting shit by like the quarter, half pound or whatever. We got like a pound of ribs or something. It was fucking a lot of food. Shit was incredible, and they were like, you ever get the obnoxious drunk people who came in from some party, you're just sitting next to you, and you want to leave early just to get away from them.
White guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Like, man, bro, let's eat, man. I'm ready. I'm ready, dude. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Just loud. I just kept looking over it. I'm like, yuck. Like,
why? Did they make you get up early and leave?
Yeah, we ended up leaving early. I mean, like,
that's a role reversal there. That's what that was.
You think so?
It's a role reversal. Yeah.
How so?
Yeah,
How so?
Because you're black, sir.
I get it.
That's why. You got it.
No, I was there to eat my ribs, okay?
By the way, I was being sarcastic, you little shit. I know there's one little shit out there who just took that seriously. Go ahead.
Like, yeah, so we escaped the drunk guys. Ate a bunch of raw beef, a rare beef shoulder. So we went in. It was at the Warner Theater. I'd never been there before. Very nice theater. The place, it hasn't changed much since it was made in the 1920s. There are no elevators in the place. Very ornate ceilings. Kind of smallish chairs.
Ornate. What is it? What does this word mean? What is it, ornate?
You know, like decorative, like
this motherfucker over here, ornate. Let's see what this is. Okay, made in an intricate shape or decorated with complex patterns.
That's a good word, though.
Ornate.
Just like ornament. Same shit.
Okay, all right. Continue.
Okay, so yeah, the ceiling had like this giant like metallic gold shit, bunch of intricate patterns in it, curtains everywhere, beautiful theater. Anyway, we go in there. It was like an hour early, so we ended up sitting in there for a long ass time listening to whatever music Rogan had chosen.
Which was what?
A lot of like Final Countdown.
That's so goofy.
That's an awesome song though. Final Countdown. He had, I think, all right. He had some Van Halen Jump. I remember that. There might have been some David Bowie in there.
Okay.
But Kiss. What the fuck is this song? I was made for loving you. I don't like the song. Anyway, yeah, it was some of that shit. Oh, Iron Man from Iron Maiden. No,
okay.
no, not Iron Maiden. Fuck. What was Black Sabbath? All right, someone's gonna fucking kill me. I made it
all the same to me. I'm just like, all right, continue.
Real, are you meeting?
Really dumb, really dumb, really.
I'm meeting. We sat there, and my brother and I were talking about the average viewer of this show. It was very interesting. You would get a white guy between the ages of like 25 and 35 wearing a checkered shirt and jeans with a white girlfriend who usually had dirty blonde hair and dressed up way too nicely. This was like every person in there would like fit into this mold. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. We saw like I didn't see many black people there, or I saw like one group of Asians, but it's just interesting because I was thinking to myself, he must attract people who look like him. Like you figure you go to see a Hannibal Buress show, and it would have been a lot more black people, you know.
You think?
I mean, he has a big black following, right? Big black following. That's what they call my dick.
Right.
But you don't think he's?
I just don't know about this theory of people.
You attract people who look like you.
I don't know about that.
It's true, dog. I'm telling you. There are a bunch of d.respects out there sitting there on their computer like, it's true.
A bunch of handsome young men out there. Is that what we have out there?
All right, so the show ended up starting like 30 minutes late because they had gotten caught in traffic. There was like some AIDS run or run from AIDS ceremony going on, and the opener was Ian Edwards. Have you heard of him before?
I will now. Ian Edwards.
Jamaican dude. I think he grew up in London, but funny.
Yes. He was I think he was on the podcast one time.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very funny dude. A lot of he had like a lot of like misdirected sex jokes, like stuff where you think it's going one way, it goes the other way. He had good jokes about like big bankers being more scary, detrimental to you than the thug in the street. What other kind of jokes? He had some really funny jokes about kids with Down syndrome and their haircuts, and there were a lot of people in the crowd like, you know, mm-hmm. A lot of that. I assume it just came from a lot of the females though, because it's always that. He was funny though. He did his 30-minute set. I think Rogan came out, and it was pretty amazing seeing him put into practice all this stuff that he's always talking about in his podcast, having to go up on stage and create your hour, doing all of his writing. You see all of these ideas that are sort of seeds on his show. The idea of stuff that you see that he consistently talks about, like
he just elaborates on it more on stage. So some of the you saw a lot of the same themes on stage. Right.
But they were packaged. I don't think they were elaborated on. They were like just packaged differently. It's like he gives it to you in the most like concise thought possible. It's very packaged. It's tight. It's very funny, and he just like delivers it to you. Boom, boom, boom. He just keeps going back and forth. It was interesting watching him go from. It was like there were a lot of sex jokes in his act, but like there was like this he would go from themes, like I think he started from sex and he went on to like some sort of political shit, and then I think he went on to like talk about like this transgendered woman who's like beating the shit out of other chicks in the UFC right now, but she has the body of a man. Like she's a man with no penis, basically, just wrecking women. He talked about that for like 15 minutes, and that got some awes from the crowd, people complaining or something. There was a weird heckler. I think it was either Rogan or Ian Edwards. Like, Yeah, he had said something like, he said, something about, oh no, it's Ian Edwards. This joke is fucking hilarious. He said, it's funny that, I'm gonna butcher this, you know,
by all means, continue.
It's funny that people can say that men are dogs when he said some shit like basically women are dogs because instead of throwing because he was like, what do you do to a rabid dog in an action movie? You throw him a steak. And he was like, women are the same way when you try to date them. And they're like, and he made that sound, and like a bunch of women were whining. Some chick in the front was saying to him like, oh, that's like, you're saying women are dogs? And he had a back and forth.
She was saying this as if she was really disturbed by what he said.
Yeah, and he's like, see, this is what I'm talking about. She thinks that I'm literally saying that women are dogs. And this chick is like trying to banter with him. Or basically, God. She's sitting right there and she's like, yeah, we're either.
Was she attractive?
I didn't see her. She was way up in front.
She probably was.
Yeah, I mean, girls like that just don't. I think we mentioned this before. They don't have the fear of someone punching them in the face, and they've had dudes. You know, I think he mentioned this, and Patrice always said shit like this. He was like, "Your man, every dude has been nice to you because they've been trying to fuck you, and your man, of course, is being nice to you because he's trying to fuck you or whatever. But like, I don't have to be that way." Because you know it's not going to happen regardless. So I can tell you for everyone to just shut up because no one gives a fuck. Anyway, it was.
How did the rest of the crowd react to it? Did they tell her to shut the fuck up? I hope so.
No. He only had like two back and forth with her. So he was.
It didn't go on for that long.
Right. It was like boom, boom. He cut it down really fast, and I think he had said something else like, you know what? No one can even hear what you're saying. So we're just gonna keep going. But yeah, Rogan got a few of those when he mentioned the transgender chick, and when he mentioned that there was a woman, you see the trend? A woman guarding the White House. Like there was just one woman in there, and she was overpowered by the guy who jumped over the fence and ran in there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I heard about this, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, and he was like, maybe they shouldn't have had just one chick guarding, you know, the entrance, the open entrance to the White House, and people were like, oh. So he got some of that, some flack for that.
When did that happen? When did that happen?
This was like 3-4 weeks ago. Someone just jumped the gate of the White House and ran in there.
Yeah, that's always great to see how it's probably just something that he's just been trying out. Yeah. So the reception wasn't great for it.
It was like halfway. Like you could tell that he was just sort of expressing his opinion at some point, and he was just kind of standing there and just eating all of the whatever negative odds he had gotten at that point. But he got into some material about, you know, aliens coming down, and he'll talk about this every once in a while on the podcast about like how weird humans are, and if we tried to explain shit to them. Overall, man, like really funny shit, dude. I was happy I went.
Yeah, he normally has this thing where he talks about aliens. You know, they gave us all this technology, but they gave up on us. But there's probably like a few liberal aliens that want to give us a chance.
Yeah,
but the other ones they just don't agree. I'm sure Joe's great on stage. I bet you were very shocked by just how short he was.
Yeah.
He's about what like 5'6"?
He's probably 5'6", but he's stocky, man. Yeah. He's big. Like you can tell he does his kettlebells with onit.com.
Right.
I was gonna stay after.
There were no meetups after the show.
There was. He does one every time.
But the line must have been massive.
Terrible line. And my brother is like, he's like the opposite of me. He's not at all interested in entertaining people. He doesn't. he doesn't he's not like starstruck. He doesn't want to take a picture with any celebs. He's not interested in that shit at all. So he's like, let's get the fuck out of here, man. You could get us another time. What are you doing? So I'm sitting there like, I can't just sit there. The line, it probably would have taken an hour.
That's not all that bad.
Yeah, but you know.
It is, that is long, but I thought it would have been a lot more. This venue packed in, like, how many people would you say?
Maybe there were like 1,000 in there.
Ooh, shit. Probably would have been a little bit more than that. I mean, out of those 1,000, you got to figure there were probably at least 150 people.
Yeah.
Probably waiting on that line, if not
Each
more.
Each one is just, hey, listen, man, you changed my life, man. He's like, all right, but no, man, you don't understand, dude.
You're
and like being genuine, but like also I think you mentioned once that this YouTube shit that we do allows us to have a platform to say our dumb opinions. Mm-hmm. So we get that out, right?
Right.
But like the average person doesn't have that outlet.
Right. So when
like
they get their moment with Joe Rogan,
like,
they don't know what the fuck to say.
You know, listen, I was thinking about trying stand up too, and like I was writing some jokes about aliens too, you know, man.
When Dom came to my neighborhood when we did the podcast together, we were walking to my apartment, and there was this girl on the phone. I don't remember exactly what she said, but you know, pretty much I can sort of paraphrase. She was on the phone with somebody, and in a very suspenseful way, she was saying, "And then I told him, you want to know what I told him? You want to know what I told him?" And then,
like, okay. Here we go. She was like preparing, like she was gonna get in her scene.
Yeah, and then I told them. That's when I told Dom that, you know, the average person just doesn't get out that need that we all have, which is just to vent. So what you have is a lady who's on the phone who she can't help it. She can't help but just be so excited that she has this other person's attention, or that she thinks she has that person's attention. It's over the phone. That person could be like, just has her on the speakerphone and it's just doing whatever. But she just has to suspensefully just give this person the news on what she had to say, when she could just say, you know what, I told him I don't want to work here anymore because I'm not happy. That's all she had to say. But she made it so fucking dramatic. And it's like, that's what you have when you're dealing with a person who just doesn't communicate with humans enough. Mm-hmm. Just doesn't. Just shut up and just finish with your stupid story that nobody cares about. Walmart, they'll fucking hire another fucking person next week. Who cares?
I guess that's why old people always want to talk to you for a million years about shit.
Oh, old people.
My grandson.
Your grandson? Okay.
My grandson crushes pussy all the time.
Is that
he just fucks and fucks all the time. He doesn't even wrap it up.
Has he crushed yours? Huh? Has he? Did he make you queef and fucking powder just came pouring out of your old fucking womb?
Speaking of dusty old woman pussy, that Dumb and Dumber 2 trailer keeps playing, and I look at that and I'm like, really? Like, you fucks. Like, you had to bring this thing back from the dead. You don't have to listen to their stupid fans every time when they want a sequel.
Well, I wasn't fond of the first one too much. I mean, that's
I liked it when I was 7.
Yeah, that brand, exactly. That brand of humor, that sort of slapstick shit. I'll giggle like, mm-hmm. But ultimately, I'll tell you what, the trailer does look pretty entertaining. It does look like it might be interesting, but I'm still not gonna go see it.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
And there was a Dumb and Dumber prequel, When Harry Met Lloyd, and was Mark Wahlberg in that, or was it Stuck? Am I thinking Stuck on You? Do you remember Stuck on You?
Stuck on You was Greg Kinnear,
Matt Damon,
and Matt Damon, right?
Who's Greg Kinnear? How do you remember this guy's name? Who the hell is this?
Is it Greg? I know that his last name is Kinnear. Hold on.
Stuck in Love. Wait.
It is Greg, right?
I see a dude who looks like he is on Grey's Anatomy or some shit.
Shit.
He doesn't look like
Greg Kinnear.
That was him?
Yeah, this was God, this guy's been in a ton of fucking movies, man. He's a very well-known actor. But yeah, I don't fucking know how I remembered his name either. But yeah.
During the Rogan show, there was the most annoying person I saw was this girl who she was 2 rows up in front of us, and she started flipping out when Rogan he talked about weed, and he was like, you know, like the government, it's like I would try to do a Rogan, but the government is fucking afraid. That's why weed is illegal. Think about that shit, you silly fucks. And then this girl, she gets out of her seat. She gets out of her seat, thrusts her skinny ass arms into the air, and goes, "Yes! Oh my god!" As if to say, like, finally someone understands me.
Oh my god! Really?
As if to say that the like everything has been explained and everything is just in the knowledge of the universe has been opened up to her.
This is what every person with common sense already knows. We've been through this already.
And she's just like, "Yes, I know." And then you see her boyfriend sitting next to her, like,
"Oh, you're embarrassing me."
Sit the fuck, sit down. So she sits down, and like there are a few other scenes where she's just like clapping too hard, and I can see all the rings on her hand. She has like long frizzy hair. She's kind of a hippie girl, and you think about weed, and she's like really happy, like, yes, true. Like, shut up. I get it,
man. I don't know if you recall when we did the podcast with the Rap Critic. Big shout out to Rap Critic, and I mentioned an ex-girlfriend that I had who was always very passionate about everything that she had to say, and you know she was letting me know about, you know, how the song "Crazy" by Gnarls Barkley was a fucking conspiracy theory record or whatever, and that just reminded me of something that she probably would have done. She would have gotten up and she would have embarrassed the fuck out of me, and she would have been like, "Yeah, motherfucker, that's right, yeah." But if I could describe to you my ex, this was it. She sort of looked like Sarah Silverman, right? And she was kind of like Sarah Silverman in the opening scene of The Way of the Gun. If any of you guys remember
my
that.
God,
that was my ex. That was
she was
her.
Jewish girl?
No. She was Peruvian and Puerto Rican, I believe. No, sorry, Chilean.
Is she single?
No, I believe she has a child now. No.
Oh.
Ugh. but all the way. But you could probably picture that Sarah Silverman character doing that at the Joe Rogan show, because that's the mental picture I got in my head.
She's like, "Yes." I mean, she wasn't aggressive though, which is good. I'm glad she wasn't screaming anything bad. There was one person who was screaming. He always had a comeback, so he was totally prepared for like crazy ass people who wanted to yell out some point. He always had some shit to say to them, which was good. I saw a few people walk out, including a couple that was sitting right next to me. They left.
Really?
Yeah.
How far into the show?
Like 80-90% into it. They just got. I noticed that they weren't laughing either. And I was wondering, like,
but how does that happen?
It's like, what do you think he's gonna be like the Fear Factor guy? Is that what you were expecting?
Maybe that's probably what it was.
It's like, Joe Rogan, like, yeah, he was cool in Fear Factor, I guess. Yeah, they seemed like, I don't even know what Death Squad people seem like. They seemed like they were there just to,
or maybe
like everyone.
Maybe her water broke. It could have been that too.
She wasn't pregnant, dog.
She wasn't pregnant? Okay. Well, that was just a bad joke. I'm sorry.
When a girl's, do you think it smells like piss?
The water when it falls?
Yeah.
Well, let me see. When I got your girlfriend pregnant and her water broke, I didn't get any hint of urine, so no, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, just, you know. By the way, Junior says hi.
Who's that?
Your son.
I like that I just
why
destroyed
am I
your joke.
raising your son?
You're right. I like this premise because it's like, hey, I fucked your bitch, man. And then you have to take care of my. You have to take care of a kid.
It is my son, but it's with your girl, and now I'm stuck with your baby. So this didn't turn out so well for me, did it? Oh god.
I'm stuck with your kid on a Tuesday. I'm raising Dom's kid on a Tuesday. Yeah, son, yeah. I got your kid. I'm raising your kid, son. Is that something to brag about? Raising someone's kid?
It will be. It will be something to brag about. When we've ran out of all things to brag about, you'd be surprised. Okay, it's coming up. Don't worry. Raising your kids, nigga. Hashtag
Look,
bad
I take care
decisions.
of my kids. It's like Chris Rock bit where he's like, dude, you're supposed to take care of your fucking kids.
Dumb motherfucker.
We're talking about it like you donated like $10,000 to Ethiopia. Like, it's not like that. It's like, this isn't optional, you know?
Hey,
I take care of mine.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm scrolling here on Twitter and I see somebody. You know what I want to do right now, man? I want to call somebody out. Okay,
Who?
we're gonna call somebody out who's been on the show several times.
Mean Mugger?
Okay? Yes. Yes.
What do you do?
I see Mean Mugger here on Twitter, right? Where the fuck is Mean Mugger? Where is this guy? I see him on Instagram. He's over here jonesing with a girlfriend over here. Not seeing any videos on the Mean Mugger
He put
11.
one up recently.
He put one up recently? Oh,
Yeah.
fucking this guy here, man. We have to get Mean Mugger on the show, and we got to have a talk with him. We got to have a talk with Mean Mugger on the fucking Double D's podcast. You know what? In fact, the next episode of the Double D's podcast, we're going to have a sit down with Mean Mugger and Levin to see what the fuck is going on with him.
That sounds good. We should do it.
Put him in the fucking hot seat. You fucking mean mugging people over there while listening to this podcast. How dare you?
Feed him Hot Pockets.
Hey, I wanted to mention something before we wrap this up, and I wanted to see what Dom thought about this whole situation, and I'll run through it very quickly because it's a really fucking stupid situation.
Oh boy, it's really dumb.
Yeah. Okay. So recently you had Tyrese Gibson and Spanky Hayes. Spanky Hayes is a comedian that you guys may know from Wildin' Out. Sort of a chubby, bold, dark-skinned guy. Not particularly funny. But if you Google him right now, you know who he is because you probably didn't know by his name. But his name is Spanky Hayes. I think I said Spanky Lewis. I apologize. So Spanky Hayes went on a radio show recently, and he said that back in the day, he auditioned for the role of Baby Boy. And this role came down to him and Tyrese. So he didn't necessarily say that this odd request that I'm about to mention came from the director of Baby Boy, which is John Singleton. But he said that when he was in the casting room with Tyrese and whoever it was, that the producer maybe of the film, the studio person, said, okay, so it's down to you two. Which one of you two is going to suck my cock? And he said that Tyrese had this look on his face like, you know, just another day at the office. Like maybe this is something he's done before. Long story short, obviously Tyrese ends up getting the role. And on this interview, Spanky Lewis also says that Maurice Chestnut is gay and that Jamie Foxx hit on him, whatever. So this is where everything gets interesting because Tyrese then decided to put out a 15-minute onslaught against Spanky Hayes. 15 minutes. Filled with background music, filled with transitions and video editing, and he planned this out. He did. This was planned out because he did things later on in the video that was very planned. He had on a mink. I've seen videos from Tyrese in the past where, you know, he's trying to do his inspirational rah material, and it's always done on a camera phone with him just, you know, thinking about life. Never before have I seen a video of Tyrese showing off his house. So he felt the need to not only address the rumors, but he had to show you how he was living because he just didn't seem insecure enough.
And that was definitely the case because there's a point at which he's sitting in a theater and he's trying to call the dude out. He's in this outdoor theater and he's almost as if to say, dude, I've done so much. You know how much I've done? Mm-hmm. I've done so many things. Look at everything I have, everything I own.
Right. And by the way, I do want to mention that it is so fucking hilarious that by the end of the video, and this was his big punchline, this is what was supposed to end Spanky Hayes' career, I suppose, was Tyrese walked out into his outdoor theater, which, by the way, when I saw it, and I actually showed it to d.respect afterwards, she thought the same thing that I did. Hey, but what about when it rains? What happens to you?
Yeah, dude. Was it just? Yeah, I thought about that too.
I don't know.
Dude, there has to be some kind of a
retractable roof, maybe.
Yeah, you hit a stupid ass button and it goes and just covers it up.
Yeah, I guess I hope so. But there's a picture in the background.
Oh, wait. By the way, it's LA. It's LA, isn't it?
Would it never?
They're in a record drought. It doesn't rain over there.
Oh, it just doesn't. Oh, okay.
That's why.
Well, look at me.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I've only been to Oakland and San Francisco. Never been to LA. So there's a picture of him and Paul Walker. You know, rest in peace, Paul Walker. I understand that this is, they had a great friendship, but it's very funny that in a video where you try to retort and say that you are not a homosexual, there is a very,
a big ass picture.
Yeah, a big ass fucking picture of you. I mean, this thing was probably like 50 inches wide. Like, it was huge. Of you and Paul Walker hugging each other. And, I understand the context of the picture, but it's just pretty funny. But anyway, my point is this. My point is, if you're Tyrese, right, and somebody said, by the way, in the video, Tyrese said that he swept a lot of rumors that he's heard about himself under the rug, but this one bothered him because he's never gotten rumors like this before. Okay? So to me, it's not the fact that you made a video in response. Hey, look, if you want to have your day in court, go ahead and have your day in court. And nobody can tell anyone, no, you can't respond because if you respond, that means this. I don't think so. But the time that you put into that video, holy shit, it makes you look very guilty. And I'm not saying that this means that whatever Spanky Hayes said was true. I'm just saying that it doesn't make you look good. I thought that's what bringing out the mink and the cigar was supposed to do. You were supposed to look good at the end of this, right?
Yeah, but these guys, their minds are all scrambled anyway. Their concept of what looking good is, or like getting, it's all messed up. Like his concept of teaching this guy a lesson is obviously it's smoking a cigar and wearing some mink shit. So he obviously doesn't know how to just make a point and then just make it really quick. It has to be this huge thing because I guess I don't know.
Well, it's got to. By the way, I don't know what. We all know that if we think of someone like Tyrese and we think of somebody like Spanky Hayes, we all know that in the money department, Tyrese has him beat.
Right.
I mean, and not to say that Spanky Hayes in the comedy world was ever comparable to a Cannabis, but let's just say that when Cannabis went at LL Cool J, he even said it himself. He says, "You might got more cash than me, but you don't got the skills to eat a nigga's ass like me." So
what?
It's like, yeah, that's what he said. So I understand that you have more money than me, but you're just not better than me. You understand? So that doesn't matter. That shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because it
really shouldn't. Because
he didn't say anything about. But I guess the whole thing is, I'm a more successful person than you. How dare you try to? But then someone could make the case and say, then why, if this person is so insignificant, then why address them? And to the extent that you went to address them as well. Why to that point? If someone made a rumor about you, and has there ever been a rumor about you? I'm pretty sure there's been gay rumors.
Yeah,
but
there are a lot of rumors out there about me.
Yeah, you don't do your own drawings. You don't like black people. What else? You drink Jack and Diet.
There was this kid Ludwig.
White bitches.
Ludwig.
Ludwig.
And yeah, shitty ass name.
Wait. This was in your high school.
No, middle school.
Okay. Oh, we got a new character.
This was mini bully. He was giving me shit for like a few months. One of the things he would do is say like, "Oh yeah, you can't draw, man. Like you don't draw. You just like that. That's not your stuff that you draw." and he would just give me shit. Oh God.
So Ludwig was constantly telling you, basically, that you're too talented. I don't believe that this is coming from you.
Yeah.
So did you ever just fucking, okay, here's a perfect circle? I don't know.
I don't know how I dealt with this.
This was your
Maybe
8 Mile moment.
You only get one spaghetti. But if someone made a room, I don't get it, man. Why did he have to make a video at all to address this stupid shit?
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, it makes him look guilty.
Extremely guilty.
Or, I mean, maybe he just I don't know.
Now Spanky made a video in response, and I won't even share what was in that video because it was just so stupid. I mean, ultimately what Tyrese did here was he fed the troll, which is something that you never do. You never feed the troll because you always end up losing. And I think in this situation, he ends up losing for that reason. Now, there also was the fact that nowhere in that 15-minute video did Tyrese actually say, I didn't do XYZ. He didn't deny anything. So does that mean that this guy is right necessarily?
Maybe he forgot to write it in there.
I'll write it in.
Maybe he forgot to say that he wasn't gay.
I see what you did there.
What did I do?
You said right, because I bet you some of it was probably written down.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you some of it was written down. Like, he had bullet points and shit, which is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. All right. This part, you take a puff, and then you say that you haven't done anything. Cigar. Fuck out of here.
Perfect. That'll teach him. It's fucking ridiculous.
Do you think we got him? And the yes man holding the camera is like, yo, yeah, Tyrese, sure, boss. Yeah, we got him. We got him good. I feel like Jim Florentine all of a sudden.
As a fucking Tyrese fucking comes up there with his fucking with his mink, the fucking minks. Who wears minks anymore? You know, P Diddy just called. He said he wants his mink back. And guess what? It's 1993. No. His name wasn't Diddy back then. His name was Puff Daddy.
It's fucking 93, and no one wears that shit anymore. Why would you wear that? It's not cool. Why would you wear that shit? Fucking mink. I got my mink coat on. My mink. It's my mink coat.
Plus, it's LA, by the way. So, what's the need for the coat? But anyway.
This Tuesday.
Club going up on a Tuesday.
I Love Makonnen is back with his newest hot single. Club going up on a Tuesday. And featuring his newest single, Spaghetti War.
The Spaghetti Wars, and we killing. Got carbs everywhere, and we shooting Spaghetti Wars.
Go see I Love Makonnen this weekend at Madison Square Garden, where he'll also be performing with Lil Wayne.
Performing with Weezy. Got spaghetti in. I don't know. It's the same inflection.